Hello and welcome to JimMurphyMP.com, the online blog for news and politics. You don't need this blog to tell you the snow's here. The winter's arriving and it's only 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon and we're nearly in the dark here, and the whole country is in the grip of this enormous chill. Now, when this started last week, it was great fun for many of us, kids in particular, who are out sledging and things, but as the weeks went on, it's become more difficult for so many people. I was stuck myself in Heathrow Airport yesterday for 5 or 6 hours trying to get home to Scotland, and I know that it's very difficult for business and travellers across the whole country. It's important the government does all it can to get salt supplies and everything else in the right place at the right time, to do all they can to get through this. But we can also do our wee bit, which is maybe check in on an elderly neighbour or friend or relative just to make sure they're okay during this dramatically cold period. In the news, of course, this week, it's been dominated by the World Cup bid by England. Now, I was a big supporter of England's bid, and it's absolutely incredible that they only get 2 votes, one of which was their own representative at FIFA. And it's clear that the voting system does have to change in some way. I think it's 22 members of that FIFA committee, and it seems that they all promised all of the bidders their votes. My problem is we'll never know who actually stuck to the deal, and the assumption that the England representative voted for England, then the bid only got one other vote from all of the other countries. So I think there's some lessons there for the FA, there's lessons there for FIFA, and things probably do have to change. In the world of politics, the big issue is tuition fees. Now, I've seen Lib Dem MPs squirm over the past few days on this, and it's clear now the government wants to get the embarrassment out of the way. They're going to have a vote in Parliament on Thursday, and let's just see what Lib Dems do. I'll be voting against it. I think every Labour MP will vote against it. But Lib Dems, some are voting for it, it would seem, some voting against it, and some kind of undecided and sitting in the fence. I think this is the Lib Dems poll tax moment. I think people remember the poll tax across large parts of Britain for what the Tory government did, and I think this is the one thing that Liberal Democrat politicians, in their first time in the UK government for very many decades, will be remembered for. And I'm not a Liberal, I'm not a Liberal Democrat, but even I can respect some of the enormous things that Liberals achieved in British governments decades ago in terms of welfare and on pensions. And that's the stark contrast to the one thing they're about to put their name to, which is trebling of tuition fees, charging students £9,000 a year. Yes, £9,000 a year to get to a university in England. It's not too late for them to change their mind, to stick to their manifesto commitment and prevent this sort of proposal going through. Finally, this week I launched a new blog. Let me try and remember the address: www.jimmurphymp.net. It's mostly about party politics and defence, and I'll put a link on this website. All the best just now. I hope you get through this weekend. Hopefully the thaw begins over this weekend wherever you are, and have a safe weekend if you're out travelling. Thanks very much. Bye bye.